the children had trouble reciting their lines, while visions of fishnets danced in their minds. A pivotal prop had each actor's attention, their 8-year-old thoughts too scandalous to mention.
Would you look at that?
Oh man, I love the leg lamp. That thing was sexy as hell, huh? I loved it.
We were pretty excited when we saw the leg, and if I recall, Bob didn't let us see it until we were rolling on that, so it was kept in the box, and then when he shot that scene, it was a pretty real reaction on my part when I go up the leg and start looking at it. But we all liked it. We were all asking who's going to get the leg. You know, maybe we can get the leg when it's all said and done.
Isn't that glorious? It's indescribably beautiful.
Someone out there should buy me a leg lamp just because it's cool, and I want one for Christmas, please. No, I never had one, but I thought it was a really absurdly sexy gift for somebody to get.
Back in the hotel, the kids caused such a clatter. They'd pull off a prank and then simply scatter. For what is a child to do without toys? Nothing too wicked. But boys will be boys.
Kids got along famously, and they were good friends.
Yeah, you take any 4 kids around that age and you put them in a hotel and you let them stay for a couple months, and they're shooting nights. We had a great time. We had a blast working together.
We were stuck in the hotel, so we had to come up with things to entertain ourselves. So there were nights me and Peter would like open up the window and, do the water balloon thing.
There were water devices that were propelling themselves off our hotel balcony at times in the winter. Some wet toilet tissue that was going off of a couple buses, I think, every now and then.
Holy smokes! I remember working with Peter he was staying at a hotel because I was from Toronto, and he was throwing water balloons out of the 14th story room onto people passing by. And I smacked him in the back of the head and bounced his forehead off the window.
Oh, fudge.
I think one night, I ordered like $200, $300 worth of food for Darren McGavin, and, I think I did it to Bob once.
There were some people that got some wake-up calls. A couple people got some room service, I think, on that trip. Some people got some housekeeping early in the morning.
Shut up, Ralphie!
We'd run up and down the hallways, and we'd know where the other people were staying, and we'd knock on their door and go, housekeeping, and then we'd run away.
Scott was definitely like the leader of us all. He was the oldest.
You! Come here. Me?
And at least talked a big game, was like more experienced in every way. And he got us into some trouble.
We had to just entertain ourselves. We had a good group of guys, the kids all really fit well together.
A ton of candy, but only in red and green. A part in a movie that's actually seen. A 3-picture deal, a ranch in Vermont. For Christmas, what more could an actor possibly want?
Ralphie, what would you like for Christmas?
My top 5 Christmas gifts were metal detector, metal detector, metal detector. It was every year that I wanted one, and my parents, I don't think, understood what the heck I wanted with this thing. They weren't too encouraging, of my treasure hunting.
My wish list. Well, it was definitely the Atari.
I really wanted a Ms. Pac-Man machine.
I guess I'd just like some Tinker Toys.
A Pac-Man arcade game.
Mattel and television.
Love comics. Still love comic books. So I always wanted, Superman. I had Superman fights Muhammad Ali. How cool is that? I want that for this Christmas. The original, in plastic, and backed and put on a frame. That would be nice.
By late Christmas morning, the list had been looted. A pile of presents with batteries included. Though to a Red Ryder rifle few gifts can compare, the tree often held a surprise under there.
Did you have a nice Christmas? Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah, did you get everything you wanted?
Best present I ever got would definitely be my drum set.
I think I got a bicycle once.
I wanted a puppy. I got a puppy. Actually, one time I got a poodle, a miniature poodle puppy. And because I was a big fan of Peter Pan, and I thought, because Peter Pan had red hair and I have red hair, I thought that Peter Pan's sidekick was Tinkerbell. So I should name my puppy Tinkerbell, which is not real macho.
A lump of pure coal, a bowl full of jelly. And what's in my stocking? Socks from New Delhi? A gift horse is not to be looked in the mouth, not never. But sometimes it must be said, worst present ever.
Me to you.
Thanks a lot.
The worst Christmas gift I ever got was underwear and socks. Big, beautiful red stocking. You put your hand in and it looks nice, you know, because they bulk up nice. So you unwrap the gift and underwear and socks.
Well, there was the cast iron fruit cake that we got from a distant aunt every year, but then that's everybody's story. We actually used it to repair the house, but we didn't attempt to eat it.
This woman was staying in the house I lived in Toronto. My mom would bring in boarders every once in a while to help pay the rent, because my mom got no money. I'm working as hard as I can on commercials and stuff. I'm paying the rent. We go to the Sears or whatever it was. She has me pick out a sweater and I pay for it. She wraps it up and gives it to me for Christmas. That sucks. So then the one other present I get is this little box. I'm like, yeah, I get some other present. This is great. I open it up and it's from that lady staying with us, and it's a tulip bulb. What do you do with a tulip bulb? Ooh.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his toes. If you look really close, his embarrassment shows. There's no poorer answer to, what should I wear? A writer's reminiscence, yes, but an actor's nightmare.
Ralph, go upstairs and try it on.
I don't want to.
Go upstairs right now and try on that present.
I don't remember Peter Billingsley giving me a hard time about the bunny suit. I wouldn't believe it if they said he did, because Peter was a total professional. He knew how funny that was going to be. I think he probably was quite ecstatic with the possibilities of it.
Immediately, my feet began to sweat as those two fluffy little bunnies with the blue button eyes stared sappily up at me.
The bunny suit, again, was definitely not acting. It was quite uncomfortable to put that on in front of the crew. As a 13-year-old guy, you know, that was a little bit rough. It was hot. It was nasty.
You look like a pink nightmare. Are you happy wearing that?
But I do still have it. It's tucked away in my mom's attic somewhere.
A classic, they called it. By busloads they came, and they whistled and shouted and loved every frame. It made up for the time they each heard Santa shout, "Merry Christmas to all! You'll shoot your eye out."
I think Christmas Story celebrating its 20th anniversary is amazing, considering that it was a fluke. One, I was a little kid. I had no idea of any sort of oversight of what it was going to be, and nobody did. And then it just caught on, and it's astounding. I'm sure it's just the way people looked at It's a Wonderful Life, and then, 40 years later, it's still playing. It's not something you can expect. It's kind of like a movie version of winning the lottery.
I didn't expect the depth of feeling that so many millions of people generate. It just does touch sort of the quintessential Christmas adventure that so many families lived.
So incredible to be a part of a film that has stood the test of time like this film. And to be celebrated on its 20th is just awesome.